with my friends and you're gonna all
Hey, I have a question for you. Have you been online recently? No? I don't believe you. If you had been, there's a fair chance you would have heard the term coworker music. I originally saw it used as a way to make fun of Imagine Dragons, which is totally fair, but now I see it more as a term just to refer to the shitty music you find on Instagram Reels. I've been coming across this type of music more and more often, and I've noticed an interesting trend I'd like to discuss with you. But first, for some context, I'm going to do an overview on 6 different artists from the genre. 6 is the best number for this because it is more than 5 and less than 7. To begin, I have to mention the man who has become the punchable face of this genre, Kill Carl.
like I was raised in a barn. Fuck shit, piss, cock, titties, and darn.
This is definitely not the best music I've ever heard, but it definitely is the worst. Something about this video is reminiscent of a teen drama like Euphoria. And now hear me out, right? Normally in Euphoria, right, you have these teenage characters that are portrayed by 20-year-olds. And in this song, you have lyrics that are written from the perspective of like an edgy 8-year-old, but portrayed by a man who is clearly 35. If you're curious to know more about Kill Carl, and I know we definitely are, right? He has a bit more information in his Spotify bio. His bio, which he definitely wrote himself, but for some reason only half of it is in the third person, describes him as the creator of his new genre, cusscore. You might think he wouldn't want to claim ownership over that. I feel like this is like if BP put creator of unusable water in their Twitter bio. Anyways, I want to quickly move on to someone a lot more listenable, Chandler.
Running all over the place, blue in the face, looking like Sonic.
There are a lot of comments making fun of this guy, mostly bringing up his resemblance to the streamer Queso. However, that's actually not what I find a problem with here. What does tick me off is this lyric, blue in the face, looking like Sonic. I'm not sure if any of you are Sonic aficionados out there, but Sonic's face is like the only part of him that is verifiably never blue. Am I losing it? Nobody else has called him out on this. You can't just do that. That's not okay. Someone who is also clearly not okay is the next guy on our list, who I'm going to dub Broke Boy Swag, because that's his name. You might immediately look at this clip and say, well, that's fucked up, man. You can't make fun of a disabled guy like that. To which I'd agree, except this guy is not disabled. There are videos of him completely able-bodied out there, which is just really cool. But besides that, the really interesting thing about this guy is the way he posts. In tailoring my algorithm for this video, I ran into this guy a lot of times. And the reason why is because he posts every post he posts 10 times. You might say, well, that's a good amount, but it's not really that many. What if I told you he actually posts every post 20 times in a row? Still not a lot, huh? 70 times. He posts every post 70 times. Every iteration has a slightly different caption, usually featuring some permutation of the words autism, Asian, and a popular video game character, with the hopes that one of them is a little bit more eye-catching and it blows up. The music is also ass. So, that's that guy. Did you like him? In the hopes of something a bit more wholesome, let's look at Blizzboy, who is 40 years old, and he has a song about being 40 years old. This is awesome. I love this guy. To be fair though, he does post this one pretty often as well. It's usually that he just changes the background color to the point where a lot of his interactions are people requesting another repost with their personal background color, which is pretty neat. If you do go in his post history, however, this guy does have one secret. He has been 41 for the past 3 years. I've been watching my age go up by 1 every year, and I'm pissed off. So honestly, props to him for figuring that one out. Now, on to the last guy on the list. Wait a second. On this guy's post, there's a hater in the comments section who says he's better. What? Let's check this guy out instead. Alright, some interesting visuals there. He also does the same spam tactic as the Autism Korea guy. There's like 100 of the same post on his page. Moving on.
Try to stop jerking off, that's a tough job. I failed my fucking driving test, like SpongeBob.
You might be thinking, why did I save this guy for last? I mean, he's just some ironic troll rap guy. Well, the key to this one is, his worst content is not even in his music. Let's take a look.
Yo, what's up, my I hope y'all are having a blessed day. You know, staying positive, getting to your bag. You know, just chilling, living it up. You know, stay positive. Keep grinding.
Yep, he does say it, uncensored. I thought we were done with that part of the internet, but I guess not. Anyways, I personally don't want to just make fun of artists for being bad at stuff. First of all, I'm not in any position to criticize. I've been trying to edit YouTube videos for like a decade, and I still haven't figured out that really cool cube transition where everything like tilts sideways. Fuck, so close. The reason why I feel fine criticizing these reels is that they were actually made to be shit. Let me explain with a bit more context from each of our talents. I want to talk about Blizzboy, the 40-year-old guy first, because it's probably the funniest reveal. This guy is 28. What? It's not a lockdown secret. He still posts some reels as himself, but I had no idea because all the ones that blow up have him looking and sounding like this, singing about being 40. I also think it's pretty funny to go back like 2 years as well, when he was discovering how many views this method of posting would get. The filter was noticeably like less powerful. He scaled it up over the years to make himself look microwaved, because I guess that gets more shock value. Chandler is actually quite a popular artist with other good music. He's kind of unique on this list in that his music is pretty listenable. It's just that he started farming the song once people started making fun of it. And I really just wanted to talk about the Sonic thing. That's the only reason why he's here. Let's speed run the rest of the guys, right? Kill Carl has a main account called Jake Makes Music, where he's just a successful audio engineer and he posts pretty normal short form music content. Broke Boy Swag's music started off way more listenable and progressively got worse. The Demon Guy, his old music is great and he posts selfies where he looks good and not like an SCP. N-Word Guy, honestly, good music on SoundCloud. And fuck that guy, man. I'm not looking for ways to compliment him. Anyways, you get the pattern. All of these artists have better music. They've just given up on their old good content and switched to this shit, which just makes me sad. It is a weird world for artists out there right now because you don't just have to be a music creator to thrive, right? You have to be an everything creator. One of the reasons I'm making this video is actually because an artist I know from high school has been posting daily reels about his music, and in one of them he was complaining about exactly this problem. You need to post about your song spamming again and again to get your name out there and garner a fan base. Even established artists do this now. A different variant of this like algorithm exploitation music marketing meta is these content farms run by artists on YouTube, where they take viral videos and memes and put the song they want to promote as the sound on the video. Two extremely popular examples of this are Provinci and Nightcore. There's a good chance that you have absolutely no idea who I'm talking about. But if you use YouTube Shorts, there's also a good chance that you have heard their music before. That's because both of these accounts have 5 billion views each. That's right, both of their channels are equivalent to one Gangnam Style of views. Is nothing sacred anymore? There's also someone you probably do know that has copied this format, that being the successful artist and guy who is really happy to hear his own name, Jason Derulo. If someone at his level is submitting to a trend like this, then clearly there was a lot of pressure to do so and appease the algorithm gods. So I totally understand the appeal to spam posts like these, especially if you're just starting out. If I think about ways I find new artists to listen to nowadays, there are basically two. One is I find them through the Spotify recommended songs feature, and two is I don't. The obvious issue is, for systems like that to work, the recommended music needs to have listeners already, otherwise there's nothing for the algorithm to base tastes on. There's a lot of S's in there, I know, the mic really loved that. If you were starting from zero, like most people, then you need a way to blow up, and spamming posts has become the best way to do that. But the artists I'm talking about aren't just spamming any content, it's also just shit content. It's not controversial to say that social media algorithms are pushing negativity. Twitter is now just 4chan with better image support. YouTube is full of channels that just cover other channels' downfalls, and I'm uploading videos to the internet. Clearly, we're trending in a bad direction. Negative content and ragebait are the shortcut to grow in today's online ecosystem, so of course they're going to be the fastest way to success as a musical artist turned content farm manager. That's the unfortunate reason why this good-looking guy with good-sounding music decided that looking like a satanic lasagna monster with bad-sounding music was in his best interest. It's just the faster way to reach an audience. I'm not even annoyed at artists here for the most part. I'm annoyed that this is the most optimal method. I'm recording this part first as a sort of break from the rant portion of the video. There is actually one wholesome artist I found in this rabbit hole. Her name is Lil Oba G. She's a 93-year-old Japanese lady who raps over jerk beats, and it's honestly both pretty fire and seriously adorable. Alright, back to me being annoyed. There are 100,000 new songs uploaded to Spotify every day. If your dream is becoming a musical artist and you want to pursue that, you're going to do everything you can to stand out. As a byproduct of that, and because of all the incentives in place, you're going to find these people that end up making themselves the punchline. I know that it's a spectrum. Some of these people are just having fun with it, and it's great that for them this has turned into somewhat of a win-win scenario. The sad part is when you see the artists that are clearly crossing boundaries of acceptability to get attention, and it sucks that the modern landscape has pushed them there. Looking back to the early 2010s, which of course was like 3 years ago, I remember the cringe or shock factor helping songs become viral. This happened with Rebecca Black's Friday, or to some extent Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball, which had a music video the world just wasn't ready to see yet. After that, there was this era of satire meme music helping artists blow up, like Doja Cat with the song Moo, which I first heard being mic spammed on a CSGO surf server. At some point, another transition occurred, and we now have this environment where, after what feels like an ever-accelerating arms race of made-for-virality content, we see artists desperately trying to get ahead by seeing who can rage bait people into engaging with their content the most. Something about that feels wrong to me. I'm not absolutely drunk on nostalgia. I know that making fun of songs online has always been a thing. The internet is going to be mean. We used to make fun of Justin Bieber for, I'm not actually sure, having hair? It's just that now it's all more planned. It's videos and songs that are calculated to be cringe. The thing is, I can see myself doing exactly what these artists are doing in their position, because oh my god, it works. The first guy we talked about, Kill Carl, just passed 1 million plays on his first single, and has more monthly listeners on Spotify than my top 3 listened to artists from last year. They just make good music, not reels, so the growth isn't the same. By the way, if you like interesting production and pretty vocals, check out Tweakopedia and Kaido. A testament to their quality is the fact that I have cried to their music on many occasions. Although to be fair, if you forced me to listen to enough Kill Carl, you'd probably find me sobbing in a corner. I want to apologize if I'm being a little extreme or overly negative in this video. I've had 2 pretty bad things happen to me recently. First off, my last video took a long time to make and it turned out shit, which sucks. And second of all, I lost my favorite pencil. 2 of the worst atrocities a human can experience. So I might be ranting a little extra. That being said, I think I'm also just tired of internet content being so fake and always trying to invoke that like hate reaction from you. I don't want that to infect my music as well. I like music. Stop touching my music. Kill Carl, stop touching my music. Ironically, I know that part of the power of this trend is that people are tired of constantly being shown fake shit, and the comparatively genuine awfulness of this music gets you more impressions. It makes you want to share it. I guess my desired outcome here is that the novelty of music being terrible sort of wears off, and it'll become just as boring and uninteresting as the other bad posts online. That way we could move on to posting positively online again, or maybe just the musical grandmas. That would be sick. If there's one real takeaway from this video, I guess it would just be, don't get mad at these posts, because they're like without fail meant to be bad. I'm being serious here. If you see any shit music in your feed, please go to their account and scroll back. It's like a fun little game you can play with yourself to see the transition from I want to make music to I need to get impressions, and then they just like lose their minds. Oh shit. No. Alright, it's recording now. Epic swag on a stick. This was a bit of a weird video, but I wanted to present these creators, however cringe they might be, in a way that was a bit more nuanced than just saying, ew, this video is stinky. Did you know how stinky this video is? This video is stinky. And instead, acknowledge the reason why creators make stinky videos in the first place. PU, man. And that's all the thoughts from me. Let me know yours in a comment. If you're looking for something to comment on, try something just like natural, top of the head, like, Shun, you don't desperately need a haircut right now. If I don't get enough traction on this video, I'm going on Instagram and posting incredibly offensive content. It's all up to you. Alright, so the video is over. You can check out my last one before I delete it. Or if you're a fan of good content, you can subscribe to see when I post it. Alright, see ya. As a byproduct of that, and because of all the incentives in place, you're going to find a lot of people making themselves the content of the punchline of the content. And the content punchline content.